The U.S. Navy is once again challenging China's claims in the South China Sea on Thursday. The U.S. has dispatched the Arleigh Burke guided missile destroyer USS Mustin near the Paracel Islands. The U.S. Navy has twice dispatched warships in the same effort to challenge China's claims to the Paracel and Spratly Islands in the last month and conducted a similar operation near the Paracels in March. The escalation in U.S. operations comes amid simmering tensions between Washington and Beijing on a number of issues, including the Chinese Communist Party's efforts to exert greater control over Hong Kong and responsibility for the coronavirus. By carrying out this operation, the United States is demonstrating that these waters are beyond what China can legally claim as its territorial sea. Meanwhile, according to Pentagon spokesman Lieutenant Colonel Dave Eastburn, the Pentagon recently revealed that a Chinese ship on April 14 performed unsafe and unprofessional maneuvers near the Mustin, which was conducting normal operations in international waters at the time of the incident. The Paracel Islands are claimed by China, Vietnam, and Taiwan. The U.S. has long said Beijing has militarized islands in the South China Sea through the deployment of military hardware and the construction of military facilities. The U.S. military recently accused China of trying to exploit the coronavirus pandemic to gain military and economic advantages in the region. The U.S. military has become increasingly active in the South China Sea in recent months. U.S. Navy warships have conducted several FONUPs, including 2 in late April, and U.S. Air Force bombers routinely fly over the disputed waterway. A pair of B-1B Lancers flew over the South China Sea on Tuesday. This is the latest of a number of bombers to have recently flown in the region. Business Insider reported that the South China Sea, which has long been a bitter point in U.S.-China relations, has recently seen an increase in military activity. He also revealed that the destroyer USS Mustin had an unsafe and unprofessional encounter with a Chinese naval vessel in the waterway in April. The U.S. Navy has also conducted joint exercises with partners and conducted presence operations near regional disputes in a message to China. Likewise, the Chinese military is also active in the region, conducting exercises and, in some cases, challenging the U.S. military. The Chinese ship is reportedly escorting a Chinese aircraft carrier. Chinese media reports said that a Chinese naval fleet led by the Liaoning was conducting mock battles in the South China Sea last month. Looking at the broader relationship between the U.S. and China, China's defense minister said over the weekend that U.S.-China relations were now in a high-risk period. He stated that China should strengthen its fighting spirit, be brave and good at fighting, and use fighting to increase stability. The U.S. accuses China of not only failing to contain the coronavirus outbreak, which has caused global devastation, but of pursuing its ambitions, especially in the South China Sea, while the world focuses on fighting the virus. The Ministry of Defense said in a recent statement that it is concerned about increasing opportunistic activity by the People's Republic of China to coerce its neighbors and suppress its unlawful maritime claims in the South China Sea, while the region and the world are focused on tackling the pandemic COVID-19. Meanwhile, China has criticized the U.S. for causing trouble in the South China Sea and causing regional instability. The U.S. has stressed that it intends to maintain a permanent presence in the South China Sea. In response, the Pentagon argued, "Our actions in the region are to promote regional stability, deter Chinese aggression, and provide reassurance to our allies and partners so they can stand with us and each other in opposing Chinese coercion. On the other hand, China has stepped up military, diplomatic and economic pressure on Taiwan since the 2016 election of President Tsai Ing-wen, who refused to accept Beijing's stance that the island is part of one China. The new U.S. administration has declared its commitment to Taiwan, with officials in Washington signaling that it will not tolerate any expansionist moves by the Chinese government. Relations between China and the United States in the South China Sea, SCS, are heating up again. China warned U.S. warships sailing near SCS water islands. The U.S. ship, USS John S. McCain, entered China's Shisha territorial waters without permission from the Chinese government, Beijing's military said in a statement, using its name for the disputed Paracel Islands. Washington argues that such exercises are in line with international law and help defend cross-border rights amid competing claims by China and other governments. But China claims almost all of the South China Sea, including the Paracel Islands. The U.S. Navy in late January 2021 sent an aircraft carrier group to the South China Sea to conduct freedom of navigation exercises, its first routine operation in the region under U.S. President Joe Biden's administration.